Hello, 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 everybody. Is this thing on? We got a fun few clips here today, and I think Artie's going to come and join us. And of course, he might be late, and that would be my fault because I just threw him an invitation after I had scheduled it. So he might be along to do this. So I got a couple good clips from Gauthiers call, and I think they're kind of fun, and I just kind of wanted to hang out. I also got another fun little clip that I guess I'm going to play here just to give Artie a little more chance to show up. Also, a little program note. I had a nice conversation with our Nevada judges. His name is Alex. And we're going to try to do a little discussion on the 5th regarding the Kim Blandino trial on the 6th. And I don't know. I think we're going to broadcast that from both channels simultaneously. That's what he tells me. He's an engineer. If it works, it's because of him. If it doesn't, it's my fault. I'm going to tell you that right now. So let's take a look at this fun little clip here that that a viewer sent me today, and hopefully Artie shows up.
Okay. Are you driving right now?
Yeah.
You're suspended and you're in court. First of all,
Okay, the setup is he's in court for driving while suspended, and of course he's currently driving while in court. Also, keep your eye on the guy in the pink or whatever Levi's sweatshirt. He's fantastic. He takes the place of Deborah Davis for us here.
interrupting the court.
I'm not even driving. I'm parking somebody's car because they couldn't park. That's all I was doing. Like my car is a female car. I'm parking in the tight spot for it.
All right. I'm going to need you to park the car and get out of the car. Okay?
Are you having a bad day? Just say that.
Well, I'm not having a bad day until you started talking while driving at the same time that you're suspended. Okay.
A defendant who is...
Well, there you have it. It's not just Judge Middleton. All the judges are dealing with it. This guy has the gumption to just pull in there while driving while suspended for his driving while suspended ticket. I really enjoyed the reaction of the other. I don't know, another litigant on the stream. He enjoyed it the same way I did. All right. Well, hopefully Artie shows up, but I've got a few clips from Gauthier. This is the third time I've done it, so he's qualified for his own playlist. I will put a link to that in the description below when this video is done. But I did just make a playlist for him because this is number 3. He's got a different personality, but different. I mean, he's just sort of a stern, straightforward judge, but for some reason, I find his call really interesting.
Are you Mr. Mason? Can you hear me, sir? Well, you've got to press your button there. I think you're muted. There you go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Are you Justin Mason?
I am, yes.
All right, so next up is People versus Justin Mason, file 21-93168FC. We have Mr. Mason with us.
Okay, so Mr. Mesa is represented by the attorney at the counsel table, and I just like this because I've done a bunch of pro se videos. Here's a good example of how an attorney can help you keep from destroying your situation.
From the Presque County Jail by video. Let me turn on my video here. And the prosecuting attorney, Mr. Radsbon's in the courtroom, as is Mr. Mason's lawyer, Mr. Vogler. We are providing public access both online and in the courtroom. And I did discuss this matter with counsel off the record while we were waiting to get set up for the Zoom. And based upon the total circumstances of what's going on in this case, what we're going to do is Mr. Mason's bond had been revoked. He's already served more time. He's already served more time than the contempt would allow. So the show cause for contempt is going to be dismissed at this time. And Mr. Vogler, you've got a motion for reinstatement of bond.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes, Your Honor. I don't have much more to add than what I put in there. I think that when it's all said and done, Mr. Mason was aware of the investigation prior to charges being issued. He did sit for an interview with the police, and he didn't flee any place, and he has continued to show up for court each and every time, and he would, if bond reinstated, he'll go back to live with his parents' house here in Preston.
Thank you, Mr. Radsbon. Any position from the people?
Your Honor, as I indicated off the record, at this point I would take the position opposed to reinstated bond. If the court chooses to reinstate bond, I would just ask that the same terms and conditions as what was on the previous bond.
Okay.
Certainly no contact.
Okay, so here we are. It's really hard, and I apologize for the volume. So I'll just recap it real quick. He's been in jail for a while. He's about to get released, and the defendant, you'll see.
And those were all conditions previously. All right. Well, at this point, Mr. Mason, I'm going to grant your defendants, your defense lawyers, your motion to reinstate your bond. And bond will be reinstated with the same conditions previously.
With sober link?
Yeah. Yes, sir. So you'll have to get that up and running and recalibrate it or get a new device. I mean, if you think the device that you had is not accurate, tell them you want a different one. Okay, we can't have the same issue come up.
I agree.
I did also discuss with counsel the trial dates that we had, February 9, 10, 11, are not going to work. So we're going to need to adjourn that trial, but we can adjourn it just a couple weeks out, and we can reserve the trial dates of February 23, 24, and 25 for a 3-day trial. All right, and then we do have a defense motion up that's noticed for December 20th at 9:30 a.m. We'll also schedule that date and time for a docket call in this matter.
Your Honor, I have a
Anything,
question.
Sure, go ahead, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Vogler would like you to not say anything at this point since everything's
I'm sorry.
gone the way he would like today. If you have a question, you can ask your lawyer. If it's something really pressing you want to ask me, go ahead, but I'm cautioning you that your lawyer would like you to keep your mouth shut right now.
Oh, this just puts me in mind of the Kim Blandino video I just did where where he objects to being found competent and being let out of jail. Except in this case, he's got an attorney, and as soon as his client starts talking, just no, and the judge is on board with it. I don't know what this defendant would have said, but his attorney does not want to find out. He does not want to roll the dice in open court here.
Do you have a question?
Can I ask him? It's just about the sober link.
I'll come right down. I'll be right down there in a few minutes.
Yeah, just
Okay,
ask
thank
your
you.
lawyer. He'll be down there later this morning.
Okay.
Okay, anything further from the people?
No, Judge.
From the defense?
No.
Okay.
And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Don't make Oscar beg. It's rude.
All right, are you?
Okay, so that was the first clip, and I'm trying to give Artie a chance to get in here, but may not be able to. I've got two more, and I like Aaron Gauthier a lot. I think he's a good judge, but he is stern here. And if you want to see a judge very professionally, very nicely, just drop the hammer on somebody, this is your clip.
Mr. Doper?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next it. So we got everybody here. All right, good morning. We're on the record in the 53rd Circuit Court for the County of Sheboygan.
The prosecutor, Paige Miller, is good too. She's very subdued, but she is having none of this.
And we have an arraignment on a bench warrant to conduct. It's People of the State of Michigan versus Alex Edward Doper. It's filed 20-5915FH. We are providing public access both online and in the courtroom. And could counsel please state your appearances for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Paige Miller, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Gilbert here on behalf of Mr. Gothier.
All right. And we have Mr. Gothier present with us from the Sheboygan County Jail by video. And as I said, this is an arraignment on a bench warrant for failing to appear. Mr. Gilbert, have you had a chance to discuss it with Mr. Gothier?
Mr. Gothier and I did talk last week, Your Honor, which was part of the explanation. He did show up for court on Friday. I believe it.
Yeah. The problem with that is court wasn't scheduled for Friday. I mean, look at the position these guys put their attorneys in.
Well, it was the day after. No, Friday was a holiday. I'm sorry. That's where I'm confused. He showed up for court on Wednesday. He was in the county building, and I advised him he had a warrant. He had gotten confused via our emails of what day that he was supposed to be here. So he did show up just a day late, Your Honor.
Okay, so you didn't make it. Artie, I see you're in there. I sent you a link, buddy. Click it to get in.
All right, well, Mr. Gothier, it's alleged that you're in criminal contempt of court for failing to appear for a docket call on November 23rd, 2021. You have the right to have a hearing on that matter, at which it would need to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt that you're in contempt of court for failing to appear. You have the right to the assistance of an attorney at any such hearing. And if I find you to be in contempt, I could jail you up to 93 days or fine you up to $7,500 or both. So, Mr. Gilbert, how does Mr. Gothier wish to proceed on that?
Your Honor, I believe he wants to admit, I guess I didn't have a chance to talk with him. I did not know he was turning himself in today. I was planning on making arrangements for him to turn himself in. If I could just have maybe a couple of minutes in a breakout room to clarify.
Thank you,
I
Sue.
apologize for the delay.
Sure, that's fine. I mean, I'll put you in a breakout room with them, and I guess if it helps your discussions any, this is far from Mr. Gothier's first failure to appear in this matter. So I'm not inclined to just say, oh well, and let him out today. So I'm treating the matter a bit more seriously. So if that helps inform your discussions or his decision, I just wanted you to know that.
That is the judge saying, I'm about to drop the hammer, so don't make promises to your client you can't keep.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Let me create a breakout room here. Okay, Mr. Gothier, we're going to put you in a breakout room where you can talk with Mr. Gilbert. Yeah, it'll be a confidential conversation. We won't be able to hear or observe it, and it will not be broadcast online. Okay, we're back on the record in People v. Gothier. And so, Mr. Gilbert, do you know how Mr. Gothier wishes to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gothier and I talked, and he wishes to admit that he failed to appear and explain to you what happened.
All right, Mr. Gothier, want to go ahead and raise your right hand? You solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Can you tell me your full legal name, sir?
Alex Edward Gothier.
Okay, you understand the rights that you have and the maximum penalty that you could face as I outlined for you earlier?
Yes, sir.
And has anybody promised you anything in exchange for your admission today? Has anybody threatened you?
No, sir.
Is it your own free choice to plead guilty to contempt?
Yes, sir.
Knowing all this, how do you wish to plead to the allegation that you're in contempt of court?
Guilty.
And what happened? Well, let me ask you, did you have a court hearing scheduled for November 23rd at 3 p.m.?
Send the link to his email.
Yes, sir.
And were you at that court hearing?
No, I was not.
Okay, you want to tell me what happened for why you weren't there?
It was a little bit of miscommunication. I had sent Mr. Gilbert a email stating, hey, when do I have court? He said 1 o'clock, which at
All right. I'm going to send him another one right now. All right, I sent him another one. It's a low tech deal we got going on here. All right.
Caption at the top, it said court tomorrow. It was from a previous email that I replied to him on. I didn't pay no attention to it. I just seen court tomorrow 1-5. And I come in the next day. We sat here for 2 hours. I didn't know. I was in contact with Mr. Gilbert that day. I said, hey, what's going on? He said, your court was yesterday. Been in contact with the bondsman and everything. I come turn this up in this morning. I just, there was a miscommunication. I even had it written down.
Hey, Artie, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
All right. So you were just coming back from the office?
Yeah, both of your emails, the one that I guess you sent me initially, and the one you just sent me now, arrived at the same time. Like they both have 0 minutes, so they both. I don't know what happened, but
I probably messed up. But I'm glad you're here.
No,
all right.
No, both emails came. It's just like they both came at the same just now. I don't know why, but whatever. I'm here.
All right, we just got a criminal defendant who can't show up to his appearances. Talking to Judge Gothier, who's a good but just stern judge. Having none of it. That's all.
Gilbert wrong. The boss had written down wrong.
Okay, well, I find that Mr. Gilbert, you satisfied with the factual basis?
I am, Your Honor.
Ms. Miller?
I am as well, Your Honor.
All right, well, Mr. Doper, I find your plea is knowingly, understandingly, and voluntarily made, and that there's sufficient basis in fact and law for me to find you in contempt, and so I do hereby find you in contempt of court. Mr. Gilbert, any comments as to sanction?
Well, Your Honor, I know this isn't Mr. Gopher's first failure to appear. I do believe his prior one was due to him being incarcerated and we couldn't find him. And that's the reason he didn't appear for.
This is Artie. Have you ever done criminal defense?
No, I haven't.
This is why you don't want to do it. I mean, the guy's doing the best he can, but his best excuse is, yeah, I know he's missed court before, but he was incarcerated.
I mean, how can he appear if he's already in jail?
It's just, and they have to make those arguments day in, day out.
A certain period of time. This one, I did go back and check what had happened with the email. I don't know if Mr. Gopher explained it quite well. I send out emails to people that have email addresses, trying to update them on their court dates. He had sent a reply back on one of those. It was for an earlier court date that we were informing him of. He sent a reply back to me that morning. I do believe I mentioned in court that I had been in email contact with him. I wasn't sure why he wasn't there. And his thing said basically what time's court, and I put in the time. And then I guess he read the caption from a prior email, because I did dig through this to see what had happened. And the caption in the prior email did say court tomorrow. Granted, it was a court date back in February or March, I believe. And I can say that I was in the county building late on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and Mr. Dofer was there. I saw him in the hallway and informed him of the court having a warrant for him and told him he needed to turn himself in, which he did do today.
The judge and prosecutor are not buying any of this.
And I do believe that Mr. Dofer did this was not intentional. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Doper, any further comments you want to make about my contempt sentencing or no?
I just apologize, Your Honor, for the confusion, and it won't happen again.
Ms. Miller, any thoughts with regard to sanction?
Yes, Your Honor, I would just echo the court's previous concern that this is not the first time on this record that there's been an instance of failure to appear, and I feel that the sanction should reflect that. Thank you.
All right, well, Mr. Doper, I reviewed the file while you were in the breakout room. This, by my count, is at least your fourth failure to appear in this case, which is a felony case.
Wow.
And the first time we set it for a show cause and had you explain it at the next court here. The next time I issued a bench warrant and Mr. Gilbert went out of his way to track you down. So we recalled the bench warrant and did it by a show cause of you. Then last summer, when you were released from jail in another county, you didn't show up here as you were supposed to. So we issued a bench warrant. And you were out there for like 3 months on that bench warrant. You got arrested. I found you in contempt. I gave you 2 days jail, and I set a cash bond that you had to post, a $25,000 cash bond. And on that bond form itself, I mean, I guess I'm beside myself as to what more the court can do. On the piece of paper that let you out of jail last time, it had your court date and time right on it. We can do no better than to do that for you. And then for the 4th time, you don't show up in my court for a felony case. I just don't think, Mr. Gothier, you're taking this case super seriously. And then you show up the next day, you're told there's a felony bench warrant for you, and you turn yourself in. Today now is almost a week later. What gives you the right to say, for 6 days, I'm going to enjoy myself? You didn't turn yourself in at that moment or present yourself to the court. I'm going to give you 93 days in jail on the contempt.
I was told by the bell to turn myself in today.
I only know this. I don't do criminal defense. I only know this from YouTube, honestly. 93 days is the max. He just maxed him. That's what he can do on contempt.
Oh, really? What state is this?
Michigan. But he's so nice and professional, his demeanor, you think, oh, he's going to give him a break. No.
93 days. And we're going to set it for a docket call on the underlying felony on January 18th at 1:40 p.m. in person. And Mr. Gothier, I mean, my hands are tied when somebody doesn't show up 4 times in a felony case. At some point, it's the end of the road. It's the end of the road. Every time you don't show up for court, I'm giving you 93 days. So we'll be back here on January 18th.
I'm maxing you, and every time you do it again, I'm maxing you again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1:40 p.m. We'll see you then.
And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, or the dogs get it.
In from the waiting room, but his video and his audio are not connected.
All right, this one's shorter, but I actually felt compelled. These are just a couple of clips from the last few days on his call, and I like his call. But here you actually see a smile from the judge. He's not an all bad guy. He just doesn't like nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Well, Mr. Grove, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right. Although it doesn't seem like you're in court, you're in a virtual court hearing. So can you do me a favor and remove your ball cap, please?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that.
Okay, no worries. All right, so we're next up from page 4, People of the State of Michigan versus Jerry Grove. It's file 21-93174FH. And we're here for docket call. Mr. Gilbert, this case is on our jury trial waiting list docket. Does it remain there?
It does, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Grove, and we'd like to remain there.
Okay. Well, why don't we come back after the first of the year on the January 10th date, just to touch base on where we're at with that then. Any objection, Mr. Radsburn?
No, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Grove, I'm going to continue this docket call then to January 10th at 10:10 a.m.
10:10 a.m. Okay.
Yep. And we also, we had a show cause, Mr. Gilbert and Mr. Grove, for a violation of the no contact bond condition. It has been brought to my attention. I spoke with counsel off the record that the illegal entry charge, the misdemeanor charge that prompted that bond condition, has been dismissed. So based on that, I'm going to dismiss the show cause. And Mr. Grove, I'm going to amend your bond to remove the no contact provision.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Anything further from the people in this matter?
No, Judge. Thank you.
Anything further from the defense?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Have a good day, Mr. Grove.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day, Mr. Gilbert.
You too.
Aw.
You too, Mr.
Nice.
Ranowski.
Here at Law Talk, we like to have fun with silly stuff that happens in court. There we go. All right. Well, thanks for coming by. I'm going to give you more notice, and there's a good suggestion in the comments, which is get Raj in on this to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I think we were fine. It was just there was an issue with the email not getting through. Like I said, I think I definitely would, communicate better with Discord, but I know that you don't use it as often as I do.
Yeah.
But I don't think we need to go through Radical to help us out here. But we'll see.
we don't need that.
Yeah.
Well, we can just have him show up and do a silly cow thing, which would be fun too.
True. That's also true. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, he got no notice. I just sent him a thing. I did send that through Discord, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll hop on when I get home. Yeah, what do you want me to do?" So, always fun.
All right. Thanks for having me. Sorry I
you.
couldn't be here for the full gambit, but
All right,
another time.
No, it's good stuff. We'll do more.
Right on.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.